Hello grade 3. Today in this video we're going to talk about contractions. Contractions is a phonics lesson. Let me just remind you why we study phonics. We study phonics in order to help us to spell the words correctly. It enhances our speaking skills as well our listening skills. So whenever we speak or hear someone, we're going to be saying everything correctly. Let's start our lesson. Contractions. First of all, what does contraction mean as a word in English in general? It means that something gets smaller. So, when something gets contracted, it means that it was big and now it's smaller. What we use the contraction for? Why we use it in our sentence? We use it in order to shorten the sentence. So, sometimes the sentence is very long and we need to shorten it to make it shorter. So, we use the contraction. How we make the contractions then? Let's see. We put two words together by removing one letter or more and add an apostrophe in their place. So, I would have two words. I would take some letters or one letter from one of these words, and then I'm gonna connect them together, and in the place that I took the letters from, I'm gonna put an apostrophe. Then we should ask this question: how it affects the sentence? How making a contraction affects the sentence? First, it shortened the sentence and the contracted words spelled differently. So when I contract a sentence or when I contract two words, I spell them differently and it gets shorter in the sentence. Let's see examples. So, I have example, the first one is I am. So, let's say I am a girl. So, I'm gonna say it, I am a girl. However, if I contracted it, I'm gonna remove the A letter and put apostrophe instead. And how I'm gonna spell it, it's gonna be I'm. So, instead of saying I am, it's going to be I'm. So, instead of saying I am a girl, it's going to be I'm a girl. The second example is does not. So, I can say she does not play football. So, in order to contract it, I'm going to remove the O from the not and then stick it to the word does and put apostrophe instead. So instead of saying she does not play football, it's going to be she doesn't play football. So does not will be replaced by doesn't. The third example that we have here is going to be she is. So I can say she is a football player. However, if I use the contraction by removing the I from the is and stick it in the she, it's going to be she's a football player. So instead of saying she is, it's going to be she's. The fourth example that we have here is going to be I had. So I can say that I had a basketball. So, instead of saying this, I'm gonna say I had basketball. So, instead of saying I had, it's going to be I'd. So, this is how we pronounce the words. It gets shorter, so we only spell it in a different way. So, here we can see that some words, when they get contracted, they become the same. Let's see how. Here if you can see, I have she is, it's going to be she apostrophe s. And also I have he has, it's going to be he apostrophe s. Also let us, it's going to be let apostrophe s. And I'm going to say she's, his, let's. So after I removed the I from the s, I got apostrophe s, and after I moved the h and the a from the has, I got apostrophe s, and after I removed the u from the y, I also got apostrophe s. Same thing happens to she would, should, I had, I'd. So both of them as well, if I removed the W and the O and the U and the L from would to contracted, I will get apostrophe D. And if I remove the H and the A from had, I would get apostrophe D as well. So this means that it doesn't have to be different every time I contract a word. The word originally can be different, however, when I contract it, it is spelled the same way and it's written the same way. So this will be all for this, and we're gonna practice it by trying to contracting different words and saying it. Thank you so much, and wait for more.